What's up, everybody? It's your girl Kiwan, and I am back with a new episode of Zatima, season 4, episode 16, the takedown. Before I start, make sure y'all like, comment, subscribe, click the notification bell button so you can be updated on every video I drop. Make sure y'all like the videos so I can stay in the algorithm. All right. So y'all remember last week, Deja. Was it Tony went out the door to see Deja handling up on Cray Leslie, and so everybody go outside. She still got Leslie in the hold, and she turns Leslie over loose to the guys, so now they have her. And so Zach was asking, like, how did you get her? How were you able to get a hold of Leslie? I was like, I swear Deja is on the spectrum or something, because she was going all around the mulberry bush. It was funny, but she was going all around the mulberry bush just to explain how she yoked up Leslie. But she got her, and that's all that matters. Okay? So we found out, we knew that Deja was wearing those pregnancy pads on her stomach, but Zach didn't know. So Deja was able to remove it and show Zach and the guys. So as she, Leslie still hemmed up, and then she started to act like she was Fatima. So he ended up he decided to call the police. So he calls the police. And while all of this is happening, he asked Deja, what would you do for 2 months free rent? Like, what can you do to her? You got 10 minutes for 2 months free rent. So the guys took Leslie in the backyard. Deja went in the backyard, and y'all already know what happened. I mean, I wasn't mad at it because we all know that Leslie was doing too much. Like, she was doing really too much. So, but I'ma just to the end. I'ma tell y'all what I kind of think in the end. But anyway, Fatima finally comes home. Her and Bryce is along with her, and she finds out that Leslie was arrested, and that she found out Deja helped out. First she felt the way, then she found out that Deja beat her up, and she was like, okay, thank you. She was, because y'all know she don't really fool with Deja like that, but I get it. So what's his name? Zach asked Bryce asked them how was Angela. And so Bryce was like, she's good, she's resting. He just kind of let her know that she's, is going to be coming home soon and all of that. But she wanted to know what was the tea. And so he was like, do y'all have tea in the kitchen? So clearly, Bryce is definitely not. Bryce don't know what he know, and we don't expect Bryce to know what's T girl, or I don't expect Bryce to know that. But I do think when Bryce learns those type of things, he will say them in order to try to fit in. That's what I do think. I was like, oh my God, he is so weird. But this is Bryce. We couldn't ask for nothing else. So anyway, Fatima wants to go upstairs, and Zach doesn't really want her to. So there's this back and forward until she finds out that Leslie messed up the baby's space. And she was like, I'm going up there anyway. She finally gets upstairs. She gets really emotional. And he was like, I told you that you shouldn't come up here. And then he took her downstairs. They went back downstairs. So over at Angela's, not at Angela's. Bryce heads back to the hospital. Angela is asleep. She wakes up to see Bryce sitting there. She wakes up to ask, did they catch Leslie? And he was like, well, he explained it. he explained what he overheard, and it wasn't much, but he overheard a little something. But he told her, listen, Zach and Fatima didn't have no tea at their house. I don't know why I thought that was funny. That was funny to me. And so she was just really worried about what was going on over there. And I'm looking at her like, girl, you really got bigger fish to fry. But I guess, taking your mind off of what you have and placing it on something else is, a bit of a distraction when you're trying to, in your journey. So I guess, I don't know. So she needed her phone to call Fatima, and she has Bryce to hand her phone. Look in her purse to grab the phone, and he find a GL1s in there. Is it GL1 or whatever? And there's this back and forward conversation, like, where did she get them from? Are you still using them? How often? So she's not using them. She got them from a girl at work. She explained herself, and so she was like, give me the meds to me. And he was like, no. And she was like, well, you don't know what I'm gonna do, but I need you to give them to me. And he was hesitant, but he gave them to her anyway, and she ended up throwing them away. And I feel like that was the first step to her, doing things right. But I feel like if you need the help, you need the help. But if you're gonna do these GLP-1, is it GLP-1s, Ozempic, and all that, please seek out a medical professional to have blood work drawn and all of those things before outsourcing and sticking other things that, taking other type of meds. I'm just saying, I'm no medical professional. I'm just saying, you just probably want to do the right thing first, in my opinion. So Fatima and Zach are upstairs, and they're cleaning up the baby areas. She's angry, frustrated, because she's extremely frustrated, not with Zach, but with the whole Leslie situation. And I'm not mad at her, because you're here turning my life upside down for something I had nothing to do with. You're mad at me for something that's not even my fault. You're ruining my life, trying to ruin my life for something I have no responsibility for. So Zach admits to Fatima that he was going to call Malachi, and if he wasn't able to catch Leslie in the act. So they both agreed, no more secrets, that they are now finally to a point where they're telling each other the truth. And I'm glad that they are now at this place. It took a while, and it had to take a while for them to get here, but I'm glad that they are here. So he tells her to relax, because she's now stressing herself out. And he reminds her, listen, I can buy more baby stuff. I can buy the best of the baby stuff, but what I cannot get is another Fatima and another baby. I just cannot. So I need you to not stress. I need you to be calm. And let me take care of everything. So yeah. So Angela is home. I want to say this. I know that Fatima has on a pregnant pad, but with her shape that she has, and along with that pregnant pad, I actually like that fitted dress that was on her. I thought that fitted dress was so cute. That's all I want to say. And not Fatima. I meant Crystal. So Bryce is just really wanting to take Angela's shoes off, just helping her sit. He's just there really trying to help to make sure she does absolutely nothing. I feel like if she says she go to the bathroom, he want to be the ass wiper. That's what I feel like Bryce is wanting to give. And I think it's okay. Not to wipe her butt and nothing like that. I just think that what Bryce wants to do for her, I think that it's okay. I think that he wants to help her. And And I think he really wants to help her because partly he still feels responsible, and I feel like he wants to make up for it through helping her, but I think he really wants to help her because he really likes Angela. So anyway, Zach, we see Zach trying to mock whatever Bryce is doing. And Fatima was like, ugh, please don't. And so they end up leaving because they had a meeting, I want to say, with a inspector or whatever, I don't know. But the guys had to go meet and go look at the building that they're potentially buying. So Angela talks to Fatima and let her know that she feel like Bryce is doing too much. And Fatima was like, listen, he's just trying to help. And I think she get it, but she's not used to that. And I think that's a lot for her. And sometimes if you're a person that's overstimulated, that can sometimes overstimulate you as well. That can be a bit much for a person. So, but in Angela's case, I just think that she's not accustomed to it. Not because she's not able to get it. I think she cuts people off at a certain point. So, yeah. Anyway, Angela admits to Fatima that she's helping Zach with the baby shower because, he was going to do team too much. And she just had to step in and be like, nah, don't do all of that. So Angela touches her hair and she realized she needs to get her hair done. And I'm like, girl, you need to sit down. Like, you want to work. You're trying to do everything but rest. Like, rest. And so they decided to go visit Belinda so she can get an emergency hair visit. Anyway, they get up and they leave. So Zach gets a call from the inspector's, I guess the assistant, and he's being discriminated against. The inspector looked him up and decided that, I guess somehow Zach is some type of, just looked at him and decided that Zach could have been some type of scammer, and there's no way, and I'm just paraphrasing, that there is no way that Zach had the ability to be a potential buyer for, I guess, the building that they're trying to buy. I was like, oh, wow. I mean, it's that's hurtful. That's hurtful to always be looked over based on the color of your skin. And it typically happens to us often. And I hate that. I probably shouldn't use that word hate, but I really dislike that we are treated as such. It's just a lot, y'all, especially with this case and me living in the county that it happened in. It happened in, I think it was Frisco or Allen. I live in, all of this is under, Collin County, Denton County. I'm under the same number, so I'm under Denton County, but I'm close by. I'm literally close by. So with the trial, I'm sorry, y'all. I'm veering off. I'm talking about the trial with Carmelo, and that just was a lot. And then talking about Zach being discriminated against, it's a lot, y'all. It's a lot. It's a lot, and we should be tired, Anyway, sorry about that. That's not the forum for this, but I just wanted to say that. Anyway, I just feel like Nathan is a bum and Nathan needs a job, because at your big old age, you are working at a barber shop, sweeping the barber shop. You have a wife, you have kids, and you're just sweeping up a barber shop as a means of work. Like, do better. But you want, never mind. Nathan, do better. Anyway, I just wanted to say that because that irks me to no return. His character has not developed. It is still the same the same type of character. He's been the same since season 1. But the shop is crowded, which I don't think I've seen that shop crowded. I may have, but just forgot. But Mr. Tyrone asked Tony if he was gonna go talk to, the guy's mom and confess what has happened. And Tony is still struggling, so he was like, he's not sure what he's going to do, well, and Mr. Tyrone gave him some good advice. He was like, listen, now I'm gonna paraphrase it a little bit. You gonna let this life suck you up, or you gonna get in this car and roll on, let life take you wherever it needs to take you. He didn't say that, but just verbatim. That's all. So Zach comes in the shop, sits in a chair, and I'm like, sir, do you see all these people here that need to get a haircut? He wanted to vent about being discriminated against. You can stand up while they cut people hair. You can tell them what's going on with you, but you don't have to sit in the chair holding up this line while people got to get a haircut, sir. Anyway, I'm just saying. But the guys think that he should sue. And I think, this is what I think. I think if Zach does that's going to be some sort of an issue between him. I think Bryce is going to find it problematic. I think Preston will stand by him 10 toes. But we shall see. If he decides to sue that inspector, we'll see how that goes. So the ladies go to visit. Go to the shop so Angela could get her hair done by Belinda. So Belinda was like, hey y'all, what's happening? Da 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 da. And Angela was just like, oh girl, I just need a quick 1-2. I just got out the hospital because I've been in the hospital for a week because I had a heart attack. And Belinda was like, what? So you mean to tell me that nobody's over? I mean, I get that Fatima and Belinda are just now getting back in a decent place, but nobody called Belinda. Like, even when you were okay, while you were resting, while they had to run tests on you, you just didn't call Belinda. Those are your only 2 friends, and you didn't call Belinda and tell her what was going on. Like, I just think that's crazy. I think that's crazy. I know, unpopular opinion, and everybody may not like Belinda, and she is not my favorite person. However, if that is your friend, ma'am, she should have been notified as well. But whatever. So at the jail, because y'all know Leslie done got locked up, okay? The guard is just mean to the ladies, just straight up stank attitude. And she tells the guard, I heard it was cold, and I think she said, I need you to come warm me up or something. I heard a lot about you. So apparently, if she's telling the truth, this nasty been on the women. Okay? So what's gonna happen? And this is what I think. And I think when everybody's seen this, I know y'all are thinking the same thing. I'm thinking that she's gonna unalive him. He's gonna go in there to get what he get, and she's gonna take his weapon and use it against him and somehow escape out of jail. This is exactly what's gonna happen. Stupid. I'm just gonna initially call him the dummy, because this was what's going to happen. Anyway, this episode was pretty good, y'all. This episode was good. We don't know what's going to happen. I'm telling y'all this now. I know for a fact that she's going to do something conniving, because she's trying to escape out of jail to go make these people's lives a living HECK. Because what? This is episode 16. We have 2 more episodes left. So in the baby shower, I don't know if that's gonna be next episode or the episode coming up. So I don't know, y'all. I don't know. Anyway, y'all, that is all I got. This is your girl Kiwan reminding you to keep showing up, keep growing, stay true to yourself, and I will catch y'all in the next video. Bye.